Because you're not putting that down. Yes, it is.
I'm picking up trash.
Put it down.
That is Naropa University college student. You're looking at him right now, Zayd Atkinson. He's talking to Boulder police officer John Smyly. Now, John Smyly is a 14-year vet of the department. And we have a lot to tell you about this incident here. We were watching this video this morning, and it is a video of a situation that happened a while ago, but it just recently, this video went viral across the nation. And so let's just tell you how this all started out, because if you're coming and listening to that, it's pretty shocking. The entire video is shocking. We watched it before the show. It starts when Officer Smyly approaches the student at what turns out to be his home and asks him essentially if he belongs there. He's saying that he notices a no trespassing sign and wants to make sure that this man, a black man, this student belongs there. Take a look.
There's signs for no trespassing, private property, that kind of thing. Yeah, I wasn't sure what you were doing, if you lived here or you worked here. Yeah, it looks like you're working, doing something, picking stuff up. Okay, gotcha. What's the actual address then?
3333 Arapahoe.
Okay, what unit are you in?
I don't think I have to actually tell you that.
Well, I'm just checking to make sure that you have a right to be here, that's all.
I just told you I lived here.
Okay.
And I told you that I'm working as well.
Okay.
So shouldn't that be enough for you?
Well, I gotta verify it, just so I know that you do in fact live here.
All right, so as part of that verification process, student, he recites his address. John, you saw that. He recites his address. He later hands the officer his student ID. He then offers to go and buzz himself into his home, which, should be proof enough for anybody, but.
It's a common con man tactic.
Right, hey, I have a key. Right. Common con man tactic is to have a key. But I want to go back to just show you a little bit more of what we started off with, because you'll be able to see that this got scary for this student, as after he offers all of these things to the officer, and the officer, that's not enough, it's not enough verification, he chooses to continue to pick up trash on his property and move away from this conversation with the officer. So the officer pulls out a taser and then a gun.
You have a dangerous object in your hand and you're failing to put it down.
I'm picking up trash.
Put it down.
You're
being
shoot me.
detained.
I
threatened because you're not
That's
putting
a
that
gun.
down. Yes, it is.
I'm picking up trash.
Put it down. If you use that weapon against me, then yes, that is a consideration.
I'm minding my
All you have to do is comply right now.
I don't have a weapon.
That's a weapon.
This is a bucket.
No, that's a weapon.
This
right there.
is a clamper for picking up garbage, sir.
Put it down. I'm telling you, I'm threatened by it.
It's not a weapon. You're not threatened. I'm threatened. You have a gun that kills people. How am I supposed to kill someone with
Sit down, sir.
As you can imagine, he's upset.
Yeah, he lives there.
And terrified, yeah.
If you were to choose a weapon that you were gonna go up against a cop with a gun with, when would bucket enter into it?
Right, never, or
and
trash
so the
can.
thing is, look, we're joking, but the cop clearly, it seems like the cop hasn't received any training because he's acting like an insane person.
Right.
But he clearly has been trained because he knows enough to say, I feel like my life is threatened.
Right,
because they know that if you say that, it doesn't matter what you do. It's okay, you believe that your life was threatened. So they've been trained enough to know what they're supposed to yell to justify potentially killing that person. Thankfully, he wasn't shot, but it feels like a lot of the times that video ends with him being shot.
Absolutely, and just to wrap up just the story and what happened to this officer, this officer was investigated, and before the disciplinary action could conclude, the officer chose to quit. And from Boulder City Attorney, I want you to see this quote. It says, the exchange between Officer Smyly and Mr. Atkinson does not represent the professionalism of the Boulder Police Department nor the community Boulder desires to be. While we have no proof that racial bias was a motivating factor, the internal affairs investigation resulted in sustained violations of police policies. So fine, they're not copping to the fact that he walked upon a black man, probably because he was black, to say, hey, do you belong in this nice apartment? They're not copping to that, but they are saying he violated our procedure. And what the Boulder Daily Camera, it's a newspaper there, were able to find out that police say had this investigation been able to conclude that he would have been suspended or fired. So he chose to quit instead. And what that means is he will resign from the police department, but will remain under city employment until February 2020 as he exhausts accrued holiday, sick, and administrative leave. And the route, that paper there, they were able to find out that comes up to about $69,000 in taxpayer money.
That will continue to go to him even though he will not be working.
Right.
Yeah, look, they can say that, and he'll end up becoming a cop somewhere else. They can say that it has nothing to do with race. I've never been stopped like that.
Right.
While I'm picking up trash
in front of your
whatever.
house.
Just walk around wherever I want.
Right.
Like there are cavemen who still believe that that white privilege doesn't exist and refuse to understand what it actually means. It means that when you're picking up trash, people leave you alone.
Right, that's a good example.
Basically
right,
what it
exactly,
means.
Yeah.
Now, thankfully, he was not killed in this instance, but this is just another, just touching base once again around the country. This is happening every day. Right now, someone is having an experience like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching this clip from the Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.